Safety on board, please remain seated with your hands, arms, feet, and legs inside the train at all times. And please supervise your children. Please seat smaller passengers away from the vehicle openings. Our next scheduled stop will be Tomorrowland Station. However, this train is currently holding on a red block light. We do share our train tracks with the parade. Once we get a space in the parade, this train will be departing. As always, please remain seated as that red light might turn green at any moment. Thank you. Alright folks, thank you for your patience. Our red light just turned green. This train will be departing momentarily. As always, please remain seated. This also includes all small children. Please make sure they are fully seated at this time. Thank you.
You sure they already passed? Huh? You sure they already passed? Yeah, sound passed just now. Oh, okay. The big white and blue float is kind of hard to see. Okay.
Hello everyone! Thanks for joining us on the Disneyland Railroad. For a safe ride, remember to stay seated with your hands, arms, feet, and legs inside the train. And please watch your kids.
¿Qué tal amigos? Y bienvenidos a bordo. Para su seguridad, permanezca sentado y mantenga las manos, brazos, pies y piernas dentro del tren. Y cuide a los pequeños. Gracias.
As we leave Toontown Depot, we get a real nice view of the happiest land of them all, Fantasyland. You can see people stepping up to the whole world below. And, off in the distance, the majestic Matterhorn Mountain. We're now steaming forward into the future to a land inspired by visions of tomorrow, both practical and imagined. Here you'll find rocket ships and star speeders, submarines and astroblasters, and, if you look overhead, maybe a glimpse of a Mark 7 monorail. This is the latest version of the first daily operating monorail system in the entire Western Hemisphere, gliding above Disneyland since 1959. Below the monorail, and us, are the fun-filled roadways of the Autopia. Drivers of all ages can get behind the wheel of these cars. No experience or license required. If you're into soaring spaceships or doing battle with evil empires and emperors, Tomorrowland is definitely the place for you. Speaking of which, we're pulling into Tomorrowland Station right now. If you're leaving us here, just stay seated until we come to a full stop. Gather your belongings, including lightsabers and astroblasters, and step carefully from the train. Thanks, and have fun in the future. For the rest of you, just sit tight. We'll be on our way again in just a minute.
We are now arriving at the Tomorrowland station. This will be a stop for attractions like our Tokyo Flight Tours of Voyage, Space Mountain, Star Tours, the Monorail, which takes you back to the downtown Disney District, and much more. If you'll be waiting in tune, please remain seated until the train comes to a full and complete stop inside the station. Thank you. Welcome to the future. Your safety on board, please remain seated with your hands, arms, and legs inside the train at all times, and please supervise your children. Please keep smaller passengers away from the vehicle. Our next is a stop station, but first we'll be taking a quick detour to the Grand Canyon and back in time to the signs of the world. For your safety and the safety of those around you, please don't flash photography or video lighting in the tunnel up ahead. This also includes any light up ears, necklaces, toys, accessories, anything that lights up, flashes, or glows. Please turn them off at this time until we reach Main Street Station. Thank you.
The next leg of our journey will take us from the fantastic world of the future to the breathtaking beauty of nature's own design, the Grand Canyon. For your safety, stay seated with your hands, arms, feet, and legs inside the train. Watch your children and no flash photography.
Para su seguridad, permanezca sentado, tenga las manos, brazos, pies y piernas dentro del tren y cuide a los pequeños. Por favor, no tome fotografías con flash.
That was the Grand Canyon as we know it today. But it wasn't always this way. Now, let's travel back in time. To the fantastic past of the world, land of the dinosaurs. We're now returning to our own time and to Main Street Station, gateway to Disneyland. If you're leaving us here, stay in your seat until we come to a full stop. Remember to gather all your personal belongings and step carefully from the train. I'd especially like to thank those of you who've been with me for the Grand Circle Tour of Disneyland. We hope you enjoyed your travels with us and that you'll come back to ride with us again real soon.
We're now arriving at the main train station. For your safety, please remain seated until the train comes to a halt and stop beside the station. Just a reminder, Main Street Police Station does not have a ramp and stairs. If you're traveling with children on the road, please make sure you should walk the stairs once folded. Thank you. Joining us, welcome aboard the Holliday on the Disneyland Railroad. For your safety on board, please remain seated with your hands on the seat like inside the train all the time, and please supervise your children. Please seat smaller passengers away from the vehicle opening. Our next single stop will be New Orleans Square Station. This will be your stop for all attractions in Orleans Square, Creator Country, Frontierland, and Adventureland. This will also be your closest stop to Star Wars Galaxy's Edge.
Welcome aboard the Disneyland Railroad. We're embarking on a grand circle tour of the Magic Kingdom. We'll be stopping at New Orleans Square, Mickey's Toontown, and Tomorrowland. We'll also visit the Grand Canyon and make a trip back in time to the primeval world and the age of the dinosaurs before returning to Main Street Station. As we begin our journey, remember that for a safe trip, you need to stay seated, keeping your hands, arms, feet, and legs inside the train. And please watch your children.
Bienvenidos a bordo del Disneyland Railroad. Para su seguridad, permanezca sentado y mantenga las manos, brazos, pies y piernas dentro del tren y cuide a los pequeños. Gracias.
Our first stop is New Orleans Square Station. But to get there, we need to pass through the wilds of Adventureland. It may seem peaceful through here, but trust me, it's a real jungle out there. Literally. So be on the lookout. You just never know what might be lurking along the rails. Just ahead is New Orleans Square Station. This station also serves Frontierland and Critter Country. If you'll be leaving us here, please remain seated until the train comes to a complete stop. And watch your step as you're getting on. For those of you continuing on with us, we'll be resuming our trip in just a moment. This is New Orleans Square Station. New Orleans Square.
We are now arriving to New Orleans Square Station. This will be a stop for attractions like the many adventures inside the food, fun, mountains, the Holiday, Pirates of the Caribbean, Indiana Jones Adventure, the Walt Disney Jungle Cruise, Big Thunder Mountain Robin, and much more. This will also be your closest stop to Star Wars Galaxy's Edge. Please be leaving us here, please remain seated until the train comes to a one complete stop inside the station. Thank you and welcome to the Bayou. Please remain seated with your hands, arms, feet, and legs inside the train at all times. And please supervise your children. Please keep smaller passengers away from the vehicle. Our next couple stops will be first stop for all attractions to Mickey's Toontown and Fantasyland.
To those just joining us, welcome aboard the Disneyland Railroad. To ensure a safe ride, stay seated with your hands, arms, feet, and legs inside the train. And please watch your kids.
Para su seguridad, permanezca sentado y mantenga las manos, brazos, pies y piernas dentro del tren y cuide a los pequeños. Gracias.
Holliday. Speaking of critters, this place we're passing over is home to a whole bunch of them. Here in Critter Country, you can join Winnie the Pooh, Tigger, Brer Rabbit, and Brer Bear on their fun-filled adventures. As we steam past Hungry Bear Restaurant, last outpost of these parts, we're now joining up with the rivers of America and entering the frontier as it looked more than a century and a half ago. This is my favorite part of the journey. Around every bend, there's natural beauty as far as the eye can see. There is the revered Indian shaman, sharing his stories with those in the great river valley below. People like you have been riding these rails since the 1800s, traveling through nature's wonderland in a matter of days, rather than the months it used to take by mule or stagecoach. Steam power not only fueled these iron horses, but the dreams of a whole new generation as it moved west into this great frontier. Of course, some of those dreams and the stories that went with them were pretty darn wild and downright unbelievable, like on Big Thunder Mountain, where I hear that mysterious spirits have grabbed hold of those mining trains and turned them into the wildest ride in the wilderness.
We're now steaming our way to Mickey's Toontown Depot. This is your softball attraction. In Mickey's Toontown, my gadgets go to Roger Rabbit's cartoon event. You can also visit Mickey Mouse at his house. Please keep in mind Mickey's Toontown will be closing soon at 8:30 and separating for 9:30 fireworks show, weather permitting. This will also be your softball attraction for Fantasyland, like it's a small world holiday, Mad Warm Ball Set, Toy Scary Adventure, Mr. Toad's Wild Ride, Pinocchio's Daring Journey, Peter Pan's Light, Casey Junior Circus Train, King Arthur's Carousel, and much more.
This tunnel signals our transition from the frontier to another kind of pier, the ones you'll find on Mickey and Minnie Mouse. Our next stop is Toontown Depot, official train station for Mickey's Toontown, the cartoon home where Mickey, Minnie, and all their friends live. Toontown Depot is also the gateway to Fantasyland, where you'll find many of your favorite Disney animated characters and stories. If you're leaving us here, please wait until the train comes to a full stop. Remember your personal belongings, then step carefully from the train. Have fun, and say hi to Mickey and Minnie for me. For those of you continuing on with us, we'll be resuming our trip in just a moment. This is Toontown Depot, Mickey's Toontown.
If you'll be leaving us here, please remain seated until the train comes to a full and complete stop inside the station. Thank you. Welcome to Mickey's Toontown Depot.
rushing. There's no rush now. We missed the parade.
I'm looking that way.
For those of you joining the holiday on the Disneyland Railroad, for your safety on board, please remain seated with your hands, arms, feet, and legs inside the train at all times, and please supervise your children. Please seat smaller passengers away from the vehicle openings. Our next scheduled stop will be Tomorrowland Station. However, this train has just begun its last full circle of the night. This train will be stopping at Tomorrowland, Main Street, New Orleans Square. Once this train gets back to Mickey's Toontown Depot, everyone will be asked to disembark the train. Once again, this train will be stopping once more at Tomorrowland, Main Street, New Orleans Square. Once this train gets back here to Mickey's Toontown Depot, everyone will be asked to disembark the train, as we will be removing this train for the end of the night. However, we do have 2 other trains on the track that will be doing full circles until park closing tonight.
Right train, right car. Perfect.
Hello, everyone. Thanks for joining us on the Disneyland Railroad. For a safe ride, remember to stay seated with your hands, arms, feet, and legs inside the train. And please watch your kids.
¿Qué tal, amigos? Y bienvenidos a bordo. Para su seguridad, permanezca sentado y mantenga las manos, brazos, pies y piernas dentro del tren. Y cuide a los pequeños. Gracias.
As we leave Toontown Depot, we get a real nice view of the happiest land of them all, Fantasyland. You can see people stepping onto It's a Small World just below us. And, off in the distance, majestic Matterhorn Mountain. To a land inspired by visions of tomorrow, both practical and imagined. Here you'll find rocket ships and star speeders, submarines and astroblasters, and, if you look overhead, maybe a glimpse of a Mark 7 monorail. This is the latest version of the first daily operating monorail system in the entire Western Hemisphere, gliding above Disneyland since 1959. Below the monorail, and us, are the fun-filled roadways of the Autopia. Drivers of all ages can get behind the wheel of these cars. No experience or license required. If you're into soaring spaceships or doing battle with evil empires and emperors, Tomorrowland is definitely the place for you. Speaking of which, we're pulling into Tomorrowland Station right now. If you're leaving us here, just stay seated until we come to a full stop. Gather your belongings, including lightsabers and astroblasters, and step carefully from the train. Thanks, and have fun in the future. For the rest of you, just sit tight. We'll be on our way again in just a minute.
We are now arriving at Tomorrowland Station. This is your stop for attractions like Autopia, Bunny with every voyage, Mountain, Buffalo's Rest of the Pictures, the monorail with Mickey Mouse and John Hopkins District, and much more. If you'll be leaving us here, please remain seated until the train comes to a full and complete stop inside the station. Just a reminder, folks, this train will not be returning back to Tomorrowland. After the stop, we only have 3 more stops left: Main Street, New Orleans Square, and Mickey's Toontown. Being this train's final stop of the night. Thank you. Welcome to the future. For those of you joining us, welcome aboard the Holiday 4 on the Disneyland Railroad. For your safety on board, please remain seated with your hands, arms, feet, and legs inside the train at all times. And please supervise your children. Please seat smaller passengers away from the vehicle openings. Our next scheduled stop will be Main Street Station, where first we'll be taking a quick detour to the Grand Canyon and back in time to the Pineville World. For your safety and the safety of those around you, please don't flash photography or video lighting in the tunnel up ahead. This also includes any light up ears, necklaces, toys, accessories, anything that lights up, flashes, or glows. Please turn them off at this time until we reach Main Street Station. And once again, folks, this train only has 3 more stops left. Main Street, New Orleans Square, and Mickey's Toontown Depot will be this train's final stop of the night. Thank you.
Inside the train, watch your children, and no flash photography. Para sus- That was the Grand Canyon as we know it today. But it wasn't always this way. Now, let's travel back in time. Way back to the fantastic past of Chime, the land of the red swings. We're now returning to our own time and to Main Street Station, gateway to Disneyland. If you're leaving us here, stay in your seat until we come to a full stop. Remember to gather all your personal belongings and step carefully from the train.
Right now, I'm going to be train station. For your safety, please remain seated when the train comes to the floor on the stop at the station. Just a reminder, Main Street don't move because it's not the zone and the rail don't move today. If you're traveling to the wheelchair, please wait for the downstairs unfolded. Just a reminder, folks, this train will not be returning back to the Main Street after this stop. We only have 2 more stops left. New Orleans Square and Mickey's Toontown Depot will be this train's final stop of the night. Thank you.
Otherwise, you can wait for the next train. It'll be in about 5 minutes. So thank you.
On board, please remain seated with your hands, arms, feet, and legs inside the train at all times, and please supervise your children. Please seat smaller passengers away from the vehicle opening. Our next scheduled stop will be New Orleans Square Station. And once again, folks, this train only has 2 more stops left. New Orleans Square and Mickey's Toontown will be this train's final stop of the night. Thank you.
Welcome Welcome aboard the Disneyland Railroad. We're embarking on a grand circle tour of the Magic Kingdom. We'll be stopping at New Orleans Square, Mickey's Toontown, and Tomorrowland. We'll also visit the Grand Canyon and make a trip back in time to the primeval world and the age of the dinosaurs before returning to Main Street Station. As we begin our journey, remember that for a safe trip, you need to stay seated, keeping your hands, arms, feet, and legs inside the train. And please watch your children.
Bienvenidos a bordo del Disneyland Railroad. Para su seguridad, permanezca sentado y mantenga las manos, brazos, pies y piernas dentro del tren. Y cuide a los pequeños. Gracias.
Our first stop is New Orleans Square Station. But to get there, we need to pass through the wilds of Adventureland. It may seem peaceful through here, but trust me, it's a real jungle out there. Literally. So be on the lookout. You just never know what might be lurking along the rails. Just ahead is New Orleans Square Station. This station also serves Frontierland and Critter Country. If you'll be leaving us here, please remain seated until the train comes to a complete stop. Then watch your step as you're getting off. For those of you continuing on with us, we'll be resuming our trip in just a moment. This is New Orleans Square Station. New Orleans Square.
Now arriving New Orleans Square Station. Please everyone remain seated until the train comes to a full and complete stop all the way inside the station. New Orleans is your destination for all attractions in New Orleans Square, Critter Country, Adventureland, Frontierland, and this is the closest stop to Star Wars Galaxy's Edge. Once again, please do not stand up until this train is fully stopped. This is New Orleans Square, out front in the bayou.
The Grand Canyon and primeval world. Stop at Mickey's Toontown, Tomorrowland, and Main Street Station. Last call.
Inside the train and supervise small children, seating them away from the center of the train cars and the large train openings. Our last and final stop, end of the line, will be Mickey's Toontown Depot, your gateway to Fantasyland.
Oh yeah, he's leaving. I don't think she's a people person.
Oh, yeah, no, yeah.
Toontown Depot. Once again, please remain seated and keep an eye on the little ones. Thank you.
To those just joining us, welcome aboard the Disneyland Railroad. To ensure a safe ride, stay seated with your hands, arms, feet, and legs inside the train. And please watch your kids.
Para su seguridad, permanezca sentado y mantenga las manos, brazos, pies y piernas dentro del tren y cuide a los pequeños. Gracias.
We're now entering Splash Mountain, rumored to be the location of the one and only Laughing Place. If you look real hard, you just might find it. It's where the critters are celebrating a zippity-doo-dah day. Speaking of critters, this place we're passing over is home to a whole bunch of them. Here in Critter Country, you can join Winnie the Pooh, Tigger, Brer Rabbit, and Brer Bear on their fun-filled adventures. As we steam past Hungry Bear Restaurant, the last outpost in these parts, we're now joining up with the rivers of America and entering the frontier as it looked more than a century and a half ago. This is my favorite part of the journey. Around every bend, there's natural beauty as far as the eye can see. There is the revered Indian shaman, sharing his stories with those in the great river valley below. People like you have been riding these rails since the 1800s, traveling through nature's wonderland in a matter of days, rather than the months it used to take by mule or stagecoach. Steam power not only fueled these iron horses, but the dreams of a whole new generation as it moved west into this great frontier. Of course, some of those dreams and the stories that went with them were pretty darn wild and downright unbelievable. Like on Big Thunder Mountain, where I hear that mysterious spirits have grabbed hold of those mining trains and turned them into the wildest ride in the wilderness.
Alrighty, folks, we are steaming our way toward Mickey's Toontown Depot. Now keep in mind that Mickey's Toontown will be closing in approximately 15 minutes in preparation for our fireworks show at 9:30, weather permitting. Toontown is also your destination for all attractions in Fantasyland. Today is the last day for It's a Small World holiday. Tomorrow, It's a Small World will be closed for approximately 2 weeks. So if you haven't caught It's a Small World holiday, this evening would be your last opportunity to do so with the holiday.
Frontier to another kind of pier, the ones you'll find on Mickey and Minnie Mouse. Our next stop is Toontown Depot, official train station for Mickey's Toontown, cartoon home where Mickey, Minnie, and all their friends live. Toontown Depot is also the gateway to Fantasyland, where you'll find many of your favorite Disney animated characters and stories. If you're leaving us here, please wait until the train comes to a full stop. Remember your personal belongings, then step carefully from the train. Have fun, and say hi to Mickey and Minnie for me.
Now arriving Mickey's Toontown Depot. Please, everyone, stay seated until the train comes to a full and complete stop. This will be this train's last stop of the evening. This is our end of the line, so everyone will be asked to disembark as soon as the train comes to a full and complete stop. Thank you for choosing the Disneyland Railroad, and have a magical evening.
This train going to drive. Fireworks. Yeah, we have it right here.
Alright folks, once again, this is going to be the last stop for this train. It does have this embarkment train.
you are asked